Hey everyone, my name's Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today I want to talk to you about Blood So Brutal by Emily Blackwood. Blood So Brutal is the second book in the Golden City Duology by Emily. The first book was Wings So Wicked. If you haven't read that book, watch my video. I will link it here. Blood So Brutal picks up exactly where Wings So Wicked left off. Hunter and Wolf have finished their time at Moira Academy and have made it into the Golden City, but Hunter discovered that Wolf had actually betrayed her and brought her to his father, who is the archangel in charge of the city, and he has plans for her because she is important in the realm. I can't remember if that was revealed in this book or in the last book, so I don't want to spoil what it is, so I'm just going to say it that way. Important to the realm, and his father wants to use her importance and her magic that she was developing at Moira in order to take over. Star rating. I gave this book 3 stars. I loved Wings So Wicked. I thought it was Emily's best book that I've read from her. It was my favorite by far. It was so addicting and I just blew through it. I just felt like this ending fell a little flat for what I wanted it to be based on how much I loved the first book. It was still entertaining and it was still good and I still enjoyed reading it, but I wanted more. I wanted more from it in very specific instances, and I didn't get more. And that's why I was like, I was kind of bummed about it. It was good and it gave you feels and you kind of went through the ups and downs with the characters, but just wanted more. Spice rating on this is a 2. It could have been a 3, but I was trying to remember how many counting in my head, and to be honest, I couldn't remember. So I think it's a 2. Overall, I thought the duology was a great duology. I really liked the first book better than I liked the second book. The academy setting of the first book and the forbidden, we hate each other, rivals to lovers thing. Loved that. I ate that shit up. This one, I'm not really a super fan of the betrayal to lovers trope, like the betrayal, regain trust. That's just not really my jam, I think. I like other things better than that. While I knew that that's what was coming because we find out that Wolf betrayed her at the end of the last book, I just don't love it as much. That is the same thing along the lines of the second book in the... I don't even want to spoil that. So I've read it before recently and I didn't like that book, the second book, as much as I liked the first in that same series, in that series too. So if you really want to know, leave me a comment and I'll let you know what it is. Just that betrayal, even though you know he has good motives and other plans, and it just doesn't hit as hard, I think, as the tropes that she used in her first book. I also really wanted there to be more with the vampire-ness. I feel like that was kind of just thrown in, and her drinking blood didn't really happen until the end, and it was part of the book but not really part of the book, you know what I mean? So I think that just fell a little bit flat for me too. Okay, now I'm going to talk about specific spoiler things. I hope the last one wasn't a spoiler, but specific things. So Wolf's wings got taken. I really wanted him to have vampire wings. I wanted there to be some sort of thing where he got vampire wings because he was part vampire, because he was turned into a vampire. I was gunning for that. I was like, of course he's going to get vampire wings. Duh, that's what's going to happen. I also was very much feeling there should have been a vampire mating thing where it kind of just more felt like they chose each other. I really thought that could have been so good. It could have been so good if we got that vampire mating. Along those lines, when they did share blood in the forest, I was expecting it to be much more of a significant thing happening, more than just you only feed from me, I only feed from you type thing. I wanted it to mean something. I wanted it to be the king and queen. This was it. There was, magic and things that happened. And so I was expecting that. And then it didn't happen. And I was just kind of So I think maybe just my expectations were too high for it because I had really high expectations and predictions and those didn't happen. I think it felt not as exciting to me as it could have. And I think I had those expectations because of everything that was set up, like in the first book, like all this rival to lovers, and they still like kept being drawn together even though they hated each other and all of this stuff. And I was like, well, there's got to be like some sort of magical reason, right? But there wasn't. So I just kind of was sad. I also felt like the end just kind of wrapped up a little too quickly. I don't like when ends just wrap up too quickly and like the battle was over and people died and the goddess gave Wolf his wings back and then everybody was happy. And I was just like, I just wanted it to be more full of an ending. That's it. Otherwise, it was good. It was enjoyable. I liked it. But I think I had too high expectations for going into it. I read this book on KU, but as always, I will put a link for the book down in the description below. If you like reading fantasy and romance books, I post reviews on my channel weekly, so make sure to click like and subscribe if you want to be notified the next time I post a video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and talking about Blood So Brutal, and I'll see you guys next time.